Hi guys, Meso here at Meso making it. Just contemplating dinner. I think it's March the 5th, the 4th or the 5th, and this is evening. It's about 4 o'clock, so it's time to think about dinner. What I think I'm going to make today is beef short ribs with rice and gravy, maybe some green peas with that.
Here we are guys. You see I've gotten my beef short ribs out of the freezer, and this is a package of about 2.75 pounds. They were $4.45 a pound, and so this particular package is $10.01. So I had them in my freezer. I got them out. They're just about thawed. Might be still a little bit frozen, but they will come apart during the washing. So let's get to it. So here I'm opening my package. They're just the way I like them. You see how big and meaty they are? Okay, I'm going to put them in a bowl so that I can wash them in some cool water. So that's not one rib, that's actually two that are still frozen together, lightly frozen. So they're big, but they're not that big. So now I'm going to run my cool water over them for the first wash. Just want to make sure we get them nice and clean. I don't know that they're dirty, but I always wash my meat. Any kind of meat that I have, I always wash it before I cook it. It's just something that I do. So I've washed them the first time. Now I'll pour that water out. I am going to take some just regular distilled white vinegar, and I'm going to pour about a half a cup of vinegar into this bowl. Yeah, it might be a little more. And then I'm going to add more cool water, and I'm going to just wash them in this water. Then I'm going to let them soak in the water for about 15 minutes before I put them into the crock pot. Okay, here you see I've gotten them out of the water, and I have them ready to go into the crock pot. Yeah, this is my old trusty crock pot. You know how much I like using one. I can get them in here and it frees me up to go do something else while they're cooking. Okay, so I'm going to get these in here, and since I'm not cooking that many, I have lots of space, and I can just spread them out on the bottom of the crock pot. If I had more, it'd be okay. I would just put them on top of each other, but I would season them in between layers if I had some that had to be on top of others. So here's my water, and I'm going to pour this water in on top of my short ribs, just enough to cover them, just covering them. I don't want the water to be up an inch over them. I want to just cover my short ribs. I have here some onion soup mix. This is comes from Aldi, and it's just as good, just like the Lipton onion soup mix, but it's so much cheaper. So I've been using it a lot lately. And onion soup mix, you can use it in so many things. So it just has bits of onions, salt, and lots of other seasonings. You want to be careful with it though when you're depending on what you're using it in, because it does have a lot of salt in it. So if you're using onion soup mix, kind of cut down on your salt or taste it beforehand. I have some granulated garlic that I'm going to put in. I also have just some regular ground black pepper. I'm going to put just a little bit of that in. I also have lemon pepper. I like lemon pepper and I put it in a lot of my dishes. And I use the Goya Adobo All Purpose Seasoning. I'm going to put just some of that in there to make it real good. And I have some Hungarian paprika. And it's going to give it some flavor and lots of good rich color. If you don't have Hungarian paprika, use whatever paprika you have in your kitchen. And if you don't have paprika, don't go out and buy any just for this dish, because it's quite good without it. So I got my crock pot turned up on high, and it'll take 15 or 20 minutes for the heat to come up on this. It starts out slow, but once it gets hot, it cooks really good. So I'm going to go ahead and cover it and let it begin to get warm. While that's happening, I'm going to prepare for my gravy. So here you see I've gotten my bowl to make the slurry in, and you've seen me make a slurry before. I'm using 3 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. I'm going to add in some water. And then, you know what I always get out is my trusty whisk. I love this utensil. It's one of my most important ones. So what I'm going to do is just whisk, 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 whisk away, making sure that there are no lumps left in the bowl. I want to go on the sides and all the way around really good to make sure that this slurry is smooth with no lumps. Lumps in your bowl, and when you put it in your pot with the hot liquid, that liquid is going to cook those lumps immediately. So you'll have lumps in your gravy, tough lumps, hard lumps, and there's no way to get them out once that heat has hit them. But make sure this is the place to take care of that in the bowl. Make sure you get it nice and smooth. Let's go ahead and pour it in. Now this water, this liquid in here is not hot at all because I just turned it on. And so I'm pouring my flour and water mixture in. I'm just taking my whisk and I am just incorporating it well. And what you see here are just the bits of the onion soup mix. And I'm just still whisking it around to make sure that everything is incorporated. Let's get that paprika down in there. That looks good. Okay, good enough. Now I'm ready to walk away. I have a few things to do. Gotta go do them. If I have enough time, I got a little reading to do. I'll do that afterwards. We'll be back. So we have left our beef short ribs to cook 2.5, 3 hours they cooked. So I'm back now. Gonna walk up to this pot, check on my ribs. Oh yeah. This is what we were looking for. Let's get that camera back in here. See how that looks? How beautiful, how rich. You see the color that the paprika added to the gravy? Now you see the bubbling, how hot this gets. You see it bubbling around the edges. Now I wasn't looking for a very thick gravy today. I just want a thin gravy to go over the rice, and that's what this is. Now if I wanted a thicker gravy, or when you make yours, if you want a thicker gravy, just use more flour. So if I wanted a thicker gravy here, I would have probably used about 5 tablespoons of flour instead of the 3 that I did use. So it just depends on what the thickness is that you want. Can't wait. So guys, I've gone on and plated it up. I've got a couple of the short ribs here on my plate. I got some rice with just a little gravy on it. And, oh, doesn't that look good? And I have got a roll with sesame seeds and poppy seeds on the roll. And this just looks so good. I can't wait to try it. Can't wait to get into it. Okay. Wow. I love these short ribs. Girls, try this. Feed it to your kids. Feed it to Big Daddy. And just wait on the compliments. Just sit back and let them enjoy the love that you've given them through your cooking. Come back and see me.